Welcome to Weeks Ahead AI, where business owners learn how to use AI to save time, cut costs, and stay weeks ahead.
$2 billion to $10 billion. How do you get there? We're going to learn today. Terry, who's with us?
Today we have Levi McMellian, the CEO of CFO for Life, which is a Texas-based investment firm, here to join us. And we've been super excited because he's told us for a few months here while we've been working that he's doing things with AI. And I was not prepared for what it found out before the show, but I'm super excited to hear about it. So Levi and team, thanks for being here.
Well, it's great to be here, Mitch and Terry. Really appreciate the opportunity to get to share some of the things that we're working on. I've got my powerhouse guys that are the brains behind the operation, William and Chase, and they've been very instrumental in leading the charge of everything that we're building at CFO for Life. Just a quick overview of CFO for Life. Our name kind of states what we're all about. We're a complete family office, and so our whole vision and everything that we do is to add incredible value and be available to service our clients in any financial need that they have, whether it's investments, taxes, estate planning, insurance. If they leverage us correctly, any financial decision they have, we have a team of professionals that handles that for them. So as we have been building our firm, I can't imagine why anybody would not want to embrace AI to take their organization to the next level.
We agree.
So what was it that initially made you think, holy cow, this is going to be amazing if I can leverage AI the right way? Like, what was the kind of inflection point for you?
And when?
Yes. So I would say for me, it was when ChatGPT came out. And I just was blown away with the tool and how much time it saved me.
And how are you using it?
So it's funny how it started. And my wife initially really didn't like ChatGPT, and what she would say is just ask your best friend, because I was literally...
Wait, was the voice male or female?
Well, it changed. It started female, and then when I could tell my wife was getting a little jealous, I shifted it back. So, but no, and it was funny. We were on vacation with some friends out in Cabo, and I literally thought I created the coolest thing. And I was like, I basically just gave it a recap of what we had done that day, and it created like a story and a movie. And then a whole picture of the movie and all this, and I'm like, holy cow. And I showed it, and eventually I was just going on, and we were going, and we were all around with friends, and my wife's like, let's not have ChatGPT the rest of the night. Like, we just
Calm down.
But I realized the power of it, and then so my brain just was like, every aspect that I could think of, I just used this tool, for our business. And
So did your mind immediately go to business?
100%.
Okay, because that's where we were.
But it was like, it first started with just like how cool this is, like just how you could use it for so many cool things. And the power of the timing and the speed of it and what it could do. It was like, I think initially for me, it was like my assistant. And then I'm like, wow. I started thinking about our whole organization in every aspect of how this could improve efficiency and free up time for our team to be able to have so much more time with clients face-to-face and being proactive and strategically planning and all the research and mundane stuff that just took so long, how quick it could help us in all the different places.
Who introduced you to ChatGPT? You remember?
My children. Yes.
Terry was really hoping for a
Yeah, Chase for sure.
Terry was hoping for a plug there.
No, it's everybody has that moment when it's like, oh my gosh, this is really cool. Yeah.
Well, and then also, so then I saw my kids and how they were using it, and so I obviously Chase introduced, but then my youngest son, he's in he's in Tulsa and he's a landman, and what he would show us, because me and the three boys we get together on Wednesday mornings, and he has built so much code because he's selling, and he has to you get all this information on mineral rights and who the owners are, and it's so extensive, and he's built so much code and so much through chat. And is he doing Claude now?
He's Claude, yeah. And he actually was using OpenClaw before it was cool. And so that he's actually built within the small business the ability for it to track who owns what and be able to do some of the, it's not underwriting, but kind of going back through the records and understanding, who owns this mineral right, who sold it to who. It's typical work that would take hours, if not days, to be able to be done automatically.
And maybe get it right.
And get it right.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that also helped open the eyes for us. Like, okay, if he's able to do this in a lot more unregulated, company fashion, our company is significantly more regulated with compliance and managing people's money. How can we do this while being compliant, but also being responsible, of course, while also getting the impact that this technology provides? And so that's what we started. I would say, not to steal it from you, but where we started at in the firm is with the note taker, right? I think for a lot of people, it's helpful for them to see the note taking and to see how much better it is at note taking than any of us in this room. And that was the little light bulb for a lot of our employees to see, oh my goodness, look how comprehensive these notes are. And they didn't miss this or they didn't miss that. What else can this do?
How did you guys introduce that? Like what
to the employees?
Yeah, because it gets scary for employees. That's what we hear a lot. Is it's scary because most employees, their mind immediately goes to, you're trying to replace me.
Yeah.
Right. So how did you introduce that, and then how did people get comfortable with it?
I really think it took a handful of employees being brave and trusting us when we would say, we are not looking to replace you. We really aren't. But what it's kind of evolved to is this idea of, we need you guys leveraging AI because it allows you to be 30% more efficient, 50% more efficient. And we don't necessarily use this, but I actually heard this the other day and I liked it, is the idea that AI is not replacing your job yet. Someone who's willing to use AI might replace your job. And that's not, unique to our business, but I would put that out there in most businesses, because not only have I personally seen it with myself, but many others, it allows them to just simply do more work, better work, in a faster clip.
Well, I think the same thing applies to businesses. That, if you don't embrace AI in your business, chances are somebody will replace your business. So it's individual level. It's also at the corporate level where you need to be using this. And so that's what we've been saying for a while.
Yeah, you're not eliminating seats, but you're going to make that seat 5 or 10x more productive.
That's right.
And how much have you guys spent on AI in the past 2 years?
Oh, we've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're big on investing in technology.
How much of that money do you wish you had back?
Zero.
Yeah,
I feel like we've gotten a deal.
And what of you've seen the benefits internally. What are your clients seeing?
So, man, I really feel like our clients are feeling like they're getting just another level of service, and what I mean by that, and like to piggyback on what Chase said on the note taker. So just to kind of give a feel for what a client experiences. So whenever we're having a meeting with a client and we've got this note taker, so we know that everything that we're doing in this meeting, nothing's going to be missed. And within 24 hours, typically like 12, after that meeting, there is an incredibly comprehensive follow-up email laying out every single thing that we talked about, action steps, and what that's doing. And all in the past, that was, you were relying on people. I mean, internally, we're all about, hey, we will have all follow-ups within 24 hours, and we'll implement and do all this. Well, we're using this technology, and it updates the planning, the financial plans. It alerts our investment team to make strategic trades and research and everything that comes out of that meeting within a 24-hour window, which could have taken us in the past a week or so to do all the research and all this. It's just powerful. And so now decisions and having team members that have so much time to spend with the client because they're not so bogged down with all the mundane stuff. It's just been impactful.
So you went from silos to flywheels.
Absolutely.
So what's your profile of your clients?
Right. So
I think that's important to frame something I want to talk about.
Absolutely. So our client base is typically, since we're a complete family office, is 10 million in net worth to 100 million. That's kind of our sweet spot. And so we basically serve as that family office for them. If you think of a family office, typically very wealthy families, let's say 100 million and up, would hire 3 or 4 people to be their family office and handle all their tax, all their investments, and all those components. So, 20 years ago, the whole vision was, let's go slightly downstream and let's serve that families under 100 million, and let's truly build that team. So, we've got 25 people roughly, every designation, CPA, CFP, CFAs, the whole thing. And so every one of our clients we're 5 deep with. And so we have all the disciplines and all the structure there. And so now that family that's, 10 million to 50, they've got a whole team. And so, rather than hiring their own people and then someone leaving or going somewhere else, and the whole concept, and whenever I meet with a prospect, I tell them that we're going to be 5 deep with you. And if I walk out of here and get hit by a bus tomorrow, you got the greatest team on the planet to take care of you and your family. And it's very comforting also that they've got one place that if something was to happen to one of their family members, they know we've got everything right here, and it's very beneficial.
And you've got attorneys. It's not just financial advisors.
It's the whole thing. The only thing we don't own directly is a law firm or a bank, but obviously we've aligned ourselves and we facilitate all those services.
So is it fair to say that on average, the higher the net worth, the higher the expectation from the client? So can AI help you get there and meet that expectation?
Oh, absolutely. There's with AI, and we're a decent sized firm, but there's nothing that a larger, huge company can offer. Matter of fact, I'd say it's the opposite because we're so nimble. And when you think of the bigger companies, and I don't want to blast on like any of the big banks or any.
We
of
all
the
know
big,
who you're talking
yeah,
about.
but at the end of the day, they're not nimble. And there's so many layers, and they're so siloed, and it's almost like if you think of like a massive cruise ship, okay, on the water, and it's going, and it's got a lot of cool stuff on it, versus now you come with like a Cobalt, yacht. Well, think of how nimble and where you can get and what you can do there. That's us.
So this is really cool though for business. This is what Mitch and I spent our careers in small business, and this is the great equalizer, and this allows small businesses to now have access to tools that Fortune 500 companies would get access to, and that's exactly what you're describing. Is like, you're not afraid to go toe to toe with, pick the name,
right,
you can go toe to toe with them.
Yeah.
And this is access to information that AI provides it still blows my mind. And I've been really deep in this for 18 months, and I'm just blown away every day at the access to information and how quickly I can have access to that information.
Accurate.
And you went from meeting notes, thought partner, and then William and Chase step into the picture. Mm-hmm. What have they done, generally speaking, in the past 90 days that's really made it more from an assistant and friend to operational horsepower?
It's monumental what they've done in 90 days. I mean, I think of, in being in the business 30 years, and what one really amazing teammate could accomplish for a company in 1 year. And I think of what we've accomplished in just the last 30 days. It would take 3 or 5 years for someone to comprehend, because not only has it made our firm so efficient, but the culture and teaching and getting everyone on board, because at the end of the day, it starts at the top, right? Like, so even if it was just William and Chase and they just love AI and all that, but the top doesn't say this is what we're going to do and we're going to go this direction, then they can't be as effective. And so I mean, just across, I'll give you an example on our investment team. I mean, William's part of our investment team came on in that role, and we literally, at the beginning of the year, we're planning on hiring another person in that area. And what he has built in there, we can, I mean, like you said, 2 billion to 10 billion. I mean, we could take this team right now that we have, and I think we could double or triple our AUM all day long, and not only deliver a higher level of service to our clients, but not have to add anybody.
Yeah, what are your plans on tax day? What are you guys doing as a company?
Well, it's great because, you know, I did 10 years of public accounting, and that's Grind Nation. And at all the CPA firms, I'd say 99% of them right now are dying. And
today is April 14th.
So tomorrow's the big day, and they'll probably be working till midnight. Well, we're going to be probably celebrating a nice happy hour tomorrow afternoon with the team, because we've got the majority of our work done and just very efficient. And our whole tax team is available right now for any phone calls or anything that clients need, because they're not stressing over all the mundane stuff and everything else that the other bean counters are dealing with.
And so Williams worked at other businesses in the past, and from what you told us before, like, there's no leash other than it's got to be compliant, it's got to be right.
Yes.
What would your former employers have told you if you tried to offer to do something like what you're doing right now?
Oh, they would happily do it. I came from oil and gas, so we had no regulation.
Would they understand what you're doing?
No, not necessarily. And you know, it's funny because like ours is so customized to what we do. If I was to show them, they'd be like, "What does this bring me?" You know, it is so centered around our operations, how to scale our company, how to make investments just flow and ease. Just, you know, we could, like we've said many times, 2 to 10 billion. I think we have a couple thousand accounts. We could scale that to 10,000, and what we've built, it wouldn't have any hiccups, no issues.
Levi looks at what you build and said, more.
Yeah.
Tell him yesterday.
Yeah, we went through
Mitch,
it.
I have to ask this though. Like, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this starts to support my theory of we've said all along is you need a 20-something champion for AI in your business.
100%.
And for Levi, we're the same age,
right?
And it can be intimidating, and so a good place to get started is with two guys in their 20s, and they're not scared of it,
right?
You know, and if they have the support from the top, which is what you're describing. How fun is that for you?
It's awesome. I mean, we were at ChatGPT first, and I started using Claude Code on my personal computer, like for not work things. And I went to Chase, and I was like, "Man, I need this. I need this." And he was like, "Yeah, I think 2 days to just get me it." And he was like, "All right, we gotta, get it sent through compliance, do all of this." And so we built the report, sent it to them, and we told Levi the price. He was like, "Yeah." you kidding me? Absolutely. So, I mean, it's like, but if the leadership isn't over there supporting this, funding it, then nothing's going to happen. Like, that is important that the person at the top not only sees the benefit, but allows the time to build what is needed. It's not just going to be tomorrow. Our company's scaling and efficient. It takes time, but once it's done, everybody reaps the benefits. It's not just one person.
This gives Levi a chance to sit in the visionary role and own that, and then your strategy, and then execution.
Yes.
So 3 people really pushing AI is way better than 1.
In a regulated environment.
Yeah.
So, which is, for me, when people tell me that, and we've talked to some people that are in, regulated industries, and, there's nervous, and rightfully so. I understand it a lot, but do you think Elon Musk takes like somebody has to be the one to be the forward thinker and to push, and that's what you strike me as being is like CFO for life to me in an industry that is probably kind of sitting back and saying, let's see what happens. Let's make sure that you're not doing that.
No.
And I wonder, I ask this question and I'll ask it to you. I've asked it to other guests. Do you envision AI as being something that propels you ahead of everybody else, or do you see it as a necessary to stay relevant? I have to do this, because those are 2 different ways of thinking.
I definitely. Well, first of all, I don't think if you're going to use AI, I mean, you're going to get left in the dust. But I absolutely think it's going to propel us.
So you think both?
100%. And just to almost kind of give some philosophy, I mean, I learned a long time ago that in order to win and win big, you've got to surround yourself with the people that are smarter than you and let them do their deal. And that's kind of the secret. And not be scared. Not be scared. You're either growing or dying, because if you're staying the same way, someone's going to smoke you. And so at the end of the day, I mean, the answer to your question is both. It's going to take us to the next level, and if you don't embrace it, I'm not even sure what you're going to be doing.
So what's really cool about this organization, and you guys have built a team, and I think you explained it to me one time as, I want every age group represented in my organization. So I've got 60s, I've got in their 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s,
5 generations.
And that's pretty cool. And then to hear the AI story layered on top of that is something that, for me, a client should be very comfortable knowing that you're pressing and you're building an organization to last.
Well, and Levi, 5 years ago, someone calls you and says, hey, I'm looking at this investment. Should I do it or not? How long would it take you to get back to them with a good answer? And how long is it now for anyone on your team?
Oh, so 5 years ago, it would have probably taken 3 to 5 days. And now it's an hour.
Yeah.
And the depth of the answer is significantly more than it was 5 years ago.
What's your client reaction when they get an answer back in an hour of, you should do this for these 23 reasons?
Delight, because they've drilled into our head that service is our lifeblood. And so when you're able to be responding or working on 4 or 5 different client requests or questions in the same time where you used to have to do one at a time and sit there and research and pull up Google and go to all of the sources, whereas now if you utilize, let's say even it's ChatGPT, you can utilize deep research and it will work a little longer, but it will get everything sourced and allow us who are professionals and have seen this stuff day in and day out to be able to digest that data and view it through the client's lens and be able to give them that answer as well.
Well, and part of it too is your client can ask ChatGPT and get a completely different answer than what you guys are going to get.
That's right. Yeah, that's what we've seen. We have a handful of clients that are utilizing it, and I don't want to say using it to self-manage, but to kind of do some preliminary research themselves. But where I've told people, I don't think that our industry is destined to just go by the wayside in the next 3 years. is because money is still a very intimate thing for people. And when you talk to especially our clients that are high net worth or ultra high net worth, they're not itching to self-manage their money. They could have, if that was of interest to them, they could have used a robo-advisor 5 or 10 years ago. But they, especially ones that understand that it's not a chat bot, that it's actually data that allows us to just be better advisors and more efficient advisors, they love the idea that we're utilizing these tools just like we've used technology all along, but now the technology is infinitely better.
Well, in reality, if that client is kind of a scarcity mindset,
Yeah.
their ChatGPT answer maybe say, don't do it.
Right.
Or if they're super aggressive, it may say, all in, baby. But then what you guys are doing is, as you're prompting it, it's not emotional. It's more scientific, mathematical, and analytical on what needs to happen. So you're getting a much clearer answer when you're using AI
Right.
versus your client most of the time.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
So where would you say you are in CFO for Life's journey, AI journey?
Yeah.
Where you at? What inning are you in?
That's a good question. Would you say maybe inning 2?
I think 1.
You think 1?
One.
I think 1 too.
The scale that everything is just growing and the resources that are becoming available, like nobody knows where we're going to be in 2 years. Like we're right here right now. If everything's more efficient and even better, like we're just starting out. This could be dated technology very soon. At like the scale that everything's been going from the first redemption of ChatGPT to Claude Code, it's incredible to see the difference. Like I really think we're just starting off and it's nowhere near even the end.
You just shared with me before we walked in here that what you've done in the last 30 days is mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So you have to get started, right? That's the message that we've been telling you. Got to get started somewhere, and it really helps to have some 20-something-year-olds to help you kind of get started.
Can't be scared.
What he was
scared
showing
money's
me,
lost money, right?
Right.
I love it.
Never been scared, but I've definitely lost.
But you know what? I look at it like this. You either win or you learn.
Yeah.
You're not losing. You're learning, right?
Unfortunately, all of your learnings go into everyone's brain at your company, which just makes you that much better for all of your customers.
Well, this has been great. I mean, what you guys have done and what you showed before we walked in here is pretty impressive. And I would venture to say that there aren't a lot of people in your industry that are doing this. So kudos to you guys for doing it.
How do people find you?
Pretty easy. mycfoforlife.com and LinkedIn, Facebook.
Yeah, we'll put a link. We'll put a link to his website in the show notes too. That guys, this has been a pleasure.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
I feel like we're on the cutting edge, and you know what? We got the first jacket
Yes.
on the show right here. Love it.
We are classy.
And it was reserved especially for Levi.
That's exactly right.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Levi, Chase, William, thank you so much for coming to share everything that you've shared with us today. You heard Levi, My CFO for Life is where you can find him. Until next time, stay weeks ahead.